Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Your Space TV. I'm Gus, your host, and today we're gonna get into traffic. And I'm not sure why I said that all excited, because I'm definitely not excited about traffic. What route are you gonna take to the Cape? There's really not that many to choose from. There's 95, there's 528, there's 50, and up north there's 46, and then down south there's 1792 that goes to Melbourne. Today we're gonna go ahead and discuss the traffic. I did a special trip a couple of days ago and talked to the Titusville Police Department, the State Highway Patrol, and the NASA Badge Office. And there's some road closures, bridge closures, and some detours that you need to know about. So let's get started. So most of you will be coming from the Orlando area, and that's why we started with the Orlando area map here. As you can see, this is the airport right here, and you have 528 and State Road 50 north of that. Anywhere east in the suburbs like Bithlo or by the airport, you're going to get some traffic. Well, once you get on 528 and on 50, heading east, you should be okay. If you're going down 528, you're going to come to a fork in the road, which is 407. 407 will take you to the 405, which is the NASA Causeway. If you have tickets to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Center, that's the route that you're going to want to take. And there's definitely going to be some traffic on the 407. On this intersection here, there's going to be a lot of police presence. And if you're on US 1 trying to get onto the 405, it's going to be closed. Your best route would be to go take 50 to the 405 and then enter NASA that way. Anything east on US 1 on the 405 is federal property. You cannot see the launch from that section. They don't want anybody parking in that section, and you cannot watch the launch from that area. That's federal land. They will kick you out.
Oh, fuck. Oh my God.
Which kind of sucks because that's a long strip of grass that you can fit plenty of cars, and they did it for the Apollo missions. But it's too bad they don't do that anymore. So let's carry on. So most likely you're going to be heading down 528 to the Cape. Once you start hitting the East Coast on 528, right around these bridges, this is a great spot to see the launch. Just make sure that you're looking north at the time of the launch and not south. Once you get here to Port Canaveral, this is going to be hectic. I believe they have 4 cruise ships on site, and guests will be arriving almost at the same time you will. So make sure to pack some patience. On this intersection here, there will be an officer, of course, directing traffic. This is also the exit that you need to go to if you want to go to Jetty Park. Now in Jetty Park, expect a lot of traffic. Get there super early. You might have to stay in your car for a couple of hours, but once they get filled to capacity, that's it. Oh, and it costs about $16, and you have to get online to get tickets. So just keep that in mind. And Jetty Park is a really good spot to go to. Anywhere along this area of the beach is going to be perfect. If you pass Cape Canaveral on 528, it becomes A1A. And A1A goes straight south to Cocoa Beach, which is also a great area to see the launch. Cocoa Beach, though, is a strip full of stores and restaurants, so expect a lot of traffic right there. I'm assuming there's going to be police officers almost in every intersection. Also, very important to bring cash with you. A lot of these parking areas are going to be $10, $20, $30, depending on what you're driving. Rocket View Point is definitely a great place to see the launch as well. There's going to be a lot of traffic there. That's the entrance to the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. And that line on just a normal launch can be backed up for at least half a mile. So be prepared for that. Your other route, like I was saying before, is 50. So you can take Highway 50 all the way down to the East Coast. But if you follow 50 all the way down where it can't go no more, you're right there at the Indian River. That intersection is a great place to see the launch, but it's going to be packed. And the parking there is strictly all cash. Once you get to US 1, you can go north or south. The best place to go, since it is Launch Pad 39B, is to go north. Try to find a neighborhood with a couple of side streets. You can park there. Just make sure that it doesn't say no parking, of course. And then you can walk to the Indian River shore and see it from there. It's a great spot because you can actually see the ignition from that area. You can follow US 1 north to the Max Bureau Bridge. Now that place is going to be busy, and they're planning on closing the bridge at a certain time. The State Highway Patrol didn't necessarily tell me a time, but I would probably say 3 to 5 hours before the launch, that bridge will be closed. If you're on the other side of that bridge and you're parked, you're not going to be able to cross the bridge to leave. You're just going to have to leave once the launch is over. Now, if you're specifically in this section, they're going to have an evacuation route since it's going to be so busy there. So if you're on the Max Brewer Bridge, they're going to be evacuating you and you cannot go south. They're going to be sending you north and you can take that to 46 and start heading west. Or you can go down Garden Street right here and jump on 95. And then from 95, you can go to whatever road you're trying to get to. Everybody that's south of the Max Brewer Bridge, they're telling me that they're going to be evacuating everybody south. Everybody's going to be moving south of that area all the way to Cheney Highway. Once you get to Cheney Highway, that's your time to go west. Get on 95, and then from there you can jump on whatever road you're trying to get to. Please be patient. It's going to take you hours to get back home. I suggest you just hang out a few hours where you're at, enjoy yourselves, and be happy that it even launched. A lot of condos and neighborhoods will be closed. If you try to park there, they will tow your car away. Also, pay attention to the tow-away zones. Cocoa Beach is notorious for towing cars if you just leave it there for a couple of hours. Be considerate of other people's property if you're parking down a side street or an alley close to some houses. Don't block their driveways, don't block their mailboxes. So now let's briefly talk about if you're coming from the south. If you don't want to deal with the crowds of people, I suggest probably Melbourne would be your best bet. Anywhere along the beach. You'll see the rocket, just not up close. Unless you have a great lens or bring some binoculars. I've seen a few launches with my telescope as well. It's pretty cool. Now just remember that there's going to be heavy traffic on 95 if you go all the way to 528. It's pretty much going to be a bottleneck of cars. So if you can get out a few exits before, possibly take A1A, it might be your best bet. But I still think it's going to be jam-packed with cars. If you're coming down south, and take it all the way to South Cocoa Beach. And from there, you'll get a good view. Also, by Patrick's Air Force Base, there's a couple pavilions that you can actually use. I'm pretty sure if you don't get there super early, they'll be taken. Be ready, because on this weekend, on Saturday, is the NASCAR race, the Coke Zero 400. I'm a big NASCAR fan. And that's the whole surprise about this weekend, is that there's a NASCAR race on the same weekend as the launch. If the Daytona race gets rained out, they will race it on Sunday. So Daytona has a seating for 200,000 people alone. So under these circumstances, those 200,000 race fans are not supposed to be here in Florida, but they are. And guess what? They'll probably be coming to the launch as well. That's 200,000 extra people all heading to the beaches. Some of you don't know, but a lot of the race fans use RVs. The infield of the track is always full of RVs. And if you think about all those RVs trying to enter Titusville to see this launch, they're going to be taking a lot of your parking spaces. And if you have an RV, lucky you. So all of those race fans are going to be flocking south or east towards the beaches. It's going to be a madhouse in Daytona. New Smyrna Beach is also a beautiful place to see the launch. Great restaurants out there. You're not going to necessarily be very close, but you can still see it pretty good from New Smyrna, saying that there's not too much cloud cover. That's why I think that they're underestimating the crowd size. There's already 200,000 people for this NASCAR race. So if they're not adding the race fans to that number, you're looking at 300 to 400,000 people here. My God, oh, it's gonna be awesome. So that's pretty much it. That's how to get into the Cape and how you're gonna be evacuated from the Cape. I sure hope this launch goes as planned. I'm beyond excited. I'm starting to get anxiety here. Are you guys excited? Let me know down in the comments how you're feeling about this launch. Or do you even think it's gonna be a go? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching my video. Today I'm gonna start packing for this launch, and maybe I'll see you at the launch. Remember, it's your space. Take care. Bye-bye.